Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a retro night. Boy, howdy. And was this a game to talk about or whatnot? And because it is a retro night, we got some retro music. We got some nice, cool, snazzy graphics. Yes, and we're going to talk about this crazy game right now on this Heritage Weekend edition of Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, everyone. It is Saturday night, February 27th, 2021. The Sharks break out their Heritage jerseys. They look sweet in them, and they literally brought the days of the Smythe Division taking on the Norris. Welcome to Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive Sharks postgame. We do this after every single game, so if you want to be part of the show, here's how you're going to do it. Chat with us and fellow Sharks fans on the page or the app. And of course, hit us up on the social, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, Reddit, Discord, and of course, find everything at tealtownusa.com. Yikes, those are ugly helmets still. Pleased to be joined by Ian Reid.
Hello.
Hello. And joined by Curt Price, our good friend at Let's Go Blues Radio. Jeff Ponder might be joining us in a moment in case he doesn't run out of internet and power. I know it happens to everybody else. So, wow, guys. I mean, we could literally just, go like this to a score sheet and just be like, rip it up and then throw it away. So, normally we'll go through an order. We'll go through it. I mean, we should have expected when Timo Meier scored 17 seconds into this game. It would have been crazy. But Ian, Dubnyk starts. You get Šimik and EK65 back. What were you expecting?
I never expect much anymore from this team, but it was interesting. Like, obviously, it was intriguing with Erik Karlsson coming back into the lineup. I guess the medical groundhog saw its shadow, and Erik Karlsson could play. And then Šimik comes back in, so obviously that's a good thing. Timo Meier scores. A guy who's probably been on the milk carton most of the year. So yeah, I mean, everything's looking good. Dubnyk starting over Jones, you'd think that would be a good thing. Boy, was that wrong. But yeah, I mean, all things considered, you get your team healthy again. Obviously, having Hurdle out of the lineup caused.
Hey.
Oh boy, we get everybody here.
Can you?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You know what? You knocked out everybody else. Hang on.
Oh no! Are we live right now?
We are live right now. Jeff Ponder from Let's Go Blues Radio. So now let's try and get the other guys back on. That's hilarious. Oh, you gotta love Skype. Way to go, Ponder.
I love just ruining shows. That's what I do.
Way to go, Ponder. All right.
I ruin shows, baby.
Are you guys all here now?
I'm here now.
You're here. We're waiting for Curt Price. Yes.
He doesn't matter.
He doesn't matter. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's not nice. That is not
he's
nice.
My favorite person ever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to knock everybody out. Apparently, I am just the worst person to have on a show.
Well, hey, what the hell? You didn't even watch the game.
I watched half of it. I watched half the game. Yeah. Sorry to the Teal Town audience, but yeah,
that's
apparently
okay.
my power was out for the first period and a half.
We are using we are used to technical disasters here as of late. I don't know if anyone heard what I said. Do you have to repeat what I just said again?
I would do it just to play it safe.
All right, playing it safe. Here we go. So, Coming into this game, I thought, with Erik Karlsson coming back into the lineup, I don't know if anyone heard it, so I'll say the same joke again. Obviously the medical groundhog size shadow. Erik Karlsson can play. Schmidt comes back in. Obviously, having Hurdle out was going to be problematic. The faceoffs, I think, St. Louis is pretty dominant in the faceoffs. Dylan Gambrell is not a second line center on any team in this league. And I think St. Louis definitely, that was going to be the big concern going into this game. But, Timo Meier getting off the milk carton right away, I thought to start this game anyway, it was like, let's go. This one should be interesting. But I didn't think it was going to be interesting for all the reasons it was.
Curt, you're looking the part of 90s hockey.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got my this is actually pre-90s, my beer, my Narragansett beer. I brought that on my Jaws beer, but my early 90s, late 80s, early 90s era Blues jersey. So
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think I said during the game when it was on Twitter when it was 4-4, I was like, I don't even care. The Blues aren't playing because Blues fans have been all over the Blues for most of the season with how they played inconsistent, and I'm like, I don't even care if they're playing inconsistent hockey right now. I'm loving this game. It was 4-4, it's back and forth, and you guys have the lead, and we have the lead, and tying it. It's goals like crazy. There's a almost goalie fight, and Bennington's hitting everybody on the way off the ice, and what's not to love? Who doesn't like little goalie brouhaha?
That was crazy at the end there. I don't even think he was provoked too much. I didn't look like Schmidt did anything.
Well, I don't even know. This is what I'm assuming happened is that he was pulled, so he's skating off, and he skates by the Sharks bench. And if anybody who knows hockey players, they're always chirping. I'm sure someone chirped something at him. I would be shocked if somebody didn't say anything. And then, of course, Bennington, being who he is, turns around, like, "All right, I'm gonna do something." And he goes and he just probably shoves the first guy he came to. And then skates away. And then who did he shove? Because I don't know.
He shoved Schmidt, and then he high stick Karlsson, and then he looked like he slashed.
Didn't even hit Karlsson.
He gave like a fake.
Karlsson was being a little baby. Come on, he just flinched like a little bitch.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
At least my goaltender doesn't whine about Justin Bieber. Come on.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go there, Ponder? Come on. Sorry, Ian, go ahead.
Want to go there.
He gave him a little fake shot, and then Karlsson kind of goes like that, and then of course Dubnyk comes out like any goalie should, when Bennington's skating towards the corner to leave the ice, and if I'm Dubnyk, I'm coming out too to give Bennington a shot and saying, "What the hell are you doing?" And they shove each other, and I would have just let him go if I'm a referee. I'm like, you know what? Take your frustrations out. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, you always hope the referees are going to do that. No, I think it's definitely right. And let's not forget the fact that, as as Sharks fans, the backup goalie has to go to the locker room and you have to skate that way.
Right.
All that's avoided, I think, if he goes straight to the bench. I think even the turnaround and talking to the Sharks bench, because at the time the Blues bench is going, hey, no, don't come here. Go that way, go that way, go that way. So he's trying to think of another way to go, and then he's getting chirped on the side, and it's just pissing him off. And I think all that doesn't happen if the goalie just goes to the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree. And that's just it's the old building, right? It's one of the older style buildings where, like a lot of the newer style buildings, again, he'd just go to the bench and he'd walk down to the dressing room and everything would be fine. But the fact that he does have to go past the bench and then past Dubnyk, and it's asking for problems, especially when the play is in that end of the ice where the Sharks are, when the Sharks are playing in that end where the Blues players have to go off. And yeah, obviously someone chirped at him and he probably got pissed off. He's a competitive dude. And
I was looking at your YouTube chat. Deuce's shoeless said that Dubnyk would have punched Benner's teeth down his throat. You think so? Who wins that fight?
He's a big dude.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
And he's got experience fighting too.
Right.
Benner's fought a number of times. Yeah, but and he's also tried to chop the hand off a Bishop in the playoffs.
That's true.
Yeah.
So super chat we have to read, and boy, This is going to be an interesting one. Josh Dees, thank you for your donation. Saying, and I quote Josh Dees, hate to agree with the dirty trash Kuhre fan, but EK65 is a female dog in heat.
Can I just add that I'm going neutral? That's why I'm wearing. That's why I wore Whalers, and that's why I wore Canucks. I'm not a fan of the Canucks. I loved the Whalers, especially Brass Bonanza.
Of course.
But no, I am not a Canucks fan by any means. I actually hate the Canucks. I just love this logo.
Oh yeah, that logo's probably the best one of it.
I say it. Erik's my jersey guy. He gets it.
Oh yeah, for sure. So you go Meier first, then Marco Scandella scores out of nowhere. Since last season to tie it up, and then Evander Kane gets his first of 2 goals, and then Sammy Blais, ties it up, and then Timo Meier gets going again with his. That was a crazy shot on the power play. I don't know where that was coming in, and then it's like, our PA guy, Danny Miller, barely had any time to announce the goals tonight, it seemed like. 13 of them all together.
I have always said that when you get scored on, and when I was a player, in college, and when they were announcing goals, and if I'm on the shift after my team gives up a goal, I am busting my ass to score a goal while they're still announcing the goal that was against you, because if you can pot one while they're announcing the goal, it's twice as good, because you're interrupting the celebration still of that previous goal. So yeah, and it happened a couple times tonight.
No, so. and I love it because that's just literally a punch in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the announcer in the middle of trying to announce the goal is, oh well, there's another goal there, yeah. And I mean it's literally like punching the guy in the mouth, like, hey, stop talking. There's another goal that's going to score. I love it, and same with me, Curt. I mean. Literally, the only thing you could do there, other than score a goal, is literally punch someone in the mouth. Yeah, so, right. No, that's beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, but
on both sides.
Yeah. Ian, good to see Evander Kane get 2 goals. Good to see Timo Meier get a couple of goals here. Besides,
the one criticism that a lot of people have had of this team is like, you've got a lot of money not doing much lately. Aside from Logan Couture, who I think's having a pretty decent season, although somehow now he's getting outscored by Dustin Brown. What year is it? I don't know how this happens, but
he's having a good year.
Yeah, Dustin Brown's having a good year. I mean, obviously Logan Couture having a good, other than Logan Couture, a lot of guys are getting criticized. Kevin LeBanc, and justifiably so.
Right.
Evander Kane, especially Timo Meier. Like Timo Meier, I'm a huge Timo Meier guy, but he's been super hard to defend. So it was nice to see him get off the milk carton. Hopefully he stays off the milk carton, because, man, it's hard, because I love Timo Meier, but he's been tough to defend lately.
Jeff, are you changing hats every 5 minutes?
Well, I went to the Penguins hat, and they were chirping me in the chat, so I said, "All right, screw it. I'm just going to wear a Blues hat."
Yeah, no, the chat loves to chirp. I mean, AG isn't even in the chat yet. He's still getting quotes from the post-game pressers, so that's coming.
I'm waiting for it.
Now, Josh, I'm not going to show your thing, but thank you for the donation, just because you were attempting to get around the swear jar a little bit. But he was basically saying, that's even worse, F the Pens. So Jeff has definitely changed his hat already.
Yeah, I've had to change it twice already. I mean, I got the Pens hat here because I thought, oh, that's a good neutral team, and that's from
not for us. That's
from the 90s.
Painful.
Yeah,
that's
now I
yeah,
Stanley Cup. I'm
totally
stupid.
Total trolling of Sharks fans on their own podcast.
That was not intentional. I love you.
Oh my god!
Right. I see how it is.
I love the Bay Area. The Bay Area is my favorite area of all bays.
Now you're just ticking off St. Louis fans.
Wow. A couple of things in the chat, and now one of the old things that used to happen at Sharks games was for the net pizza you get. Steve Rector in the chat saying, "I wish for the net pizza you get promo was still a thing. That would help this hurt a little less." I agree.
This doesn't hurt me. I'm not really all that hurt about this game. Like, it was silly. And okay, they lost, but like that's something we should be pretty used to at this point. I mean, there's a lot less entertaining ways you can lose a hockey game. Like for me, yeah, I'm pretty over this. Like I'm not even upset at all. Like what can you do at this point after that game? Like we could both probably, both sides here could come and rip our teams for like 100 different things right now. It's one of those things where it's like, what do you do?
Yeah. I mean, what can you do? I think it's one of those games where you just, throw out the game plan once it got to 4-3. And were you surprised that Bugner kept Dubnyk in, Ian?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, because I thought as the goals continued to go in, they kind of got progressively softer as they went.
Right.
But it's not uncommon. Like this isn't an uncommon thing in the NHL for, if a game's close for a goalie, to keep the goalie in. Like if it gets out of hand and the score gets out of reach, then you'll often see like a goalie change then when there's a high scoring game. But this isn't an uncommon thing in the NHL for a guy to get lit up for 7, but because the score is close, you keep him in. I would have changed Dubnyk probably after the 4th or 5th one, but at the same time, then you're going to Martin Jones. I mean, 4-4 at that point, and a 5-4, it's a 1-goal game. It's close.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked that Binnington was pulled. I was too. Not shocked, but just a little bit. Just because the last one he allowed was rather soft,
right?
Which maybe was but the ones before that I didn't think were, there was a couple of goofy ones and they weren't. No, I didn't think they were anything bad, but the last one was bad, I thought. But
that might have been the worst goal he's given up all season.
It was pretty. He had to look at it the whole way. It didn't look like it was fluttering. He just kind of missed it.
Plus, it's Evander Kane. You don't want Evander Kane to score on you.
But Husso came in. He played really well. Aside from and a couple goofy ones went on him too. So it was, golly.
Yeah, at first he didn't get the memo that saves were optional, and I was disappointed. Like, this game's gonna
right?
not be fun anymore. Like this goalie's gonna actually make some saves, and then but then he got the memo, and that was great.
Right.
But Ian, as we all know, whenever somebody puts their backup goalie in net against the Sharks, it's just we make them look like Vezina winners.
I'm glad that was not the case tonight.
Right.
Well,
right.
That's happened to us too. So
yeah.
we tend to make backups and lesser goalies look pretty damn good.
Oh, and the fact that the Jonathan Quick game when he shut the Blues out a couple games ago, it was I guess Marian Gaborik and Slava Voinov had the goals for the Sharks or the Kings, right? Because that's 2014 style.
Yikes. Yikes. Let's get to some of the comments that are coming in from the press conference from Bob Bugner. We couldn't get any momentum going. You can't build momentum when the next shot goes in the net.
Not wrong.
No.
That's true.
We gave up 13 chances. 7 are in the back of the net. You're not going to win a lot of games like that. The new power play got us 2 goals. We did a lot of good things with the puck. Without the puck, we played well, even enough to win, but this one hurts. I mean, honestly, I thought, sure, good news. The Sharks went 2 for 6 on the power play. Bad news is he gave up a shorthanded goal, and if I'm not mistaken, that was the one that gave St. Louis the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, and I tweeted out, that's why you practice the saucer pass, kids. And the fact that it came from Sanford was, I mean, Blues fans have been roasting Sanford this season, rightfully so, because he's been not good this season. He's been a disappointment. He's been all over the lineup. And he started on the top line tonight, and he's getting good minutes, for better minutes than how he's played this season. So that's kind of been like, Blues fans are kind of like, what's going on? I mean, injuries, yeah, we get it. We got a ton of them, but still, it's like, let's give somebody else a shot that's actually, producing, because he wasn't. But Sanford, got a couple points tonight. What do you get? 2, 3 points? Sanford, 3 points. Like 2 points. Goal and assist. Yeah. So, and the goal he had was a softie. It was that near post, that one, that leaker. Yeah. That little shot from the bad angle there. So.
getting some more comments in from Dubnik. I haven't been in a game like that in a long time. Disappointing me because I thought we played well as a group. Sucks, but you have to forget about it and be ready to rock next game. Just a lot of small little errors, but I think there's a lot of good things to build off of. Anytime you put in 6, you usually win.
You should. I mean, he's not wrong. Like this is definitely a game where I think you just burn the tape and move on. Like I don't think this is something that they should dwell on for a particularly long time. Like this is a burn the tape game, and you move on and you get ready to play Colorado. I don't think this is a game that they should super dwell on or anything like that. Like there are some things, like you got some guys that you need to perform and you need to get points, put up points tonight. Banker got a goal, Timo Meier got a couple of goals, Evander Kane got a couple of goals. I mean, those are positive things that the Sharks need if they're going to do anything going forward.
Right.
To Ian's point, actually, I think that's the same for the Blues. Even though they won this game, I think it's a you burn the tape and move on. We don't want to learn any lessons from this game because clearly we didn't do anything right, scoring 6 goals on you. I think that on both sides, this is definitely something that you don't want to focus too much on this game. You want to move on to the next one.
You know what? You know what I would, if I were a Blues fan, which I am, but what we gave up in this game was atrocious. The chances we gave and the goals we allow was just kind of, it's one of those games. Fluky crap goes in. Everything was going in, bouncing off players, weird bounces. It happens. But we got a goal from Blais. We got a goal from Sanford. We got a goal from McEachern. We got 2 from Scandella.
Hey, Curt, how great is that Zach Sanford?
You know what? I'd still want him. I still want him traded right fucking now. Sorry, I don't know if you guys are you guys are a fairly clean language show, so you can go back and edit that for the podcast.
The kids are listening. God, come on, Curt.
Sorry. But
we try to keep it clean.
We try to keep it clean. Yeah, we try to keep it clean, but then AJ pops up and then
AJ comes on, right? Come on,
yeah,
and
it's
all
AJ
out the
shows
window.
up and his crack showing.
My
awful.
apologies.
Wait, what?
My apologies for going Ryan O'Reilly after winning the cup.
Hey. Is it really a cup celebration if not one player from the championship squad says fuck or shit
I know,
during
right?
the stream?
They have to.
You hear it all the time.
Bennington said it. O'Reilly said it right after. I mean, it's a part.
And it was all like one after. That's all they said.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I just paid attention more after the cup that the Blues won but man, people were just railing on the Blues for the F-bombs left and right. And I'm like, isn't that always the case? Most teams, I mean, maybe not quite as many, but
I mean, Erik, you are on the official Let's Go Blues Radio all-time roster. You're a right wing, I believe, right?
Correct.
I mean, how many F-bombs have you heard in a hockey game when you've played? What's the least you've heard?
Hey, when I played, I was always giving 110%, 100% of the time. Make sure we got pucks in deep.
Got pucks in deep.
We gotta make
play my game.
We gotta play our game. Just gotta stay play our game, and balls to the walls, boys.
Erik, you were captain, weren't you? You sound like a guy who talks to the press.
I actually wasn't. I was on my last season on my team. I was actually our state semifinal game. I played one shift because the top 6 were always taking stupid dumb penalties, and I wasn't on the PK. But I digress. Oh,
wow!
My parents stopped going to games because of all the language.
Oh, jeez.
So I mean, I captained my teams, and I had a mouth on me during games.
Oh yeah, man. My mom actually, my dad captained coached one of my teams, and he heard so many F-bombs that he was just like, he told my mom, he's like, I don't know if I can do this for a full season.
Let's a quick story because I want to get back to the game, but there was a game I was playing in, and a guy, one of our captain actually had scored 2 goals in one shift. And he was still out there trying to get a hat trick, and they were taking shots. At the same time, a dad was challenging my mom to go, and my mom was like, "You want a piece of me? Let's effing go." And like, okay,
Wow.
do I help my team out, or do I go in the stands to help my? Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out.
That sounds like an amazing story.
Yes,
That's amazing.
We'll save that for another time. We have a Jeff Ponder super chat. Erik, I want you to say I'm proud to wear a St. Louis Blues jersey on an upcoming show. I love the city of St. Louis.
Was that part of the bet? I don't think that was part of the bet.
I don't think that was part of the bet.
No, he had to say it.
Did he really?
I don't think I had to say anything.
I don't think that was the case.
Did you just say it? Because I think you said it.
I kind of said it.
He did kind of say it.
But I do have. There's.
Oh.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you have that? Why do you have that?
Well, there was a hockey store that was going out of business that was like a block from the Shark Tank, and I'll kid you not, if you've seen my collection, if there's any other team that I have besides the Sharks, it's the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, nice.
Take a guess as to why I picked this jersey, because I like the diagonal of it. So,
okay.
Yeah. So
that's what I hate about it.
Considering the tag says $75 and I got it for $20.
There you go.
You know what?
So,
I would have done that.
I would have too. And that's one I play in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a Sharks jersey myself. It's the old black ones, the old third ones.
Yeah.
Do they ever even wear those, or is that just like a fan jersey? The black ones with that logo.
Oh, the starter one. Yeah.
Yeah, the starter one. Yeah. So I had one of those. I got it at a store that was going out of business, and it was normally $80. The guy goes, he had it $89. I go, $80? I was like, I'm not going to pay $80 for that. He goes, what would you pay for it? I go, $14. And he said, all right. I was like, okay. So I actually owned a Sharks jersey for a while, but then I gave it to a friend of mine, which I was going to get back.
Yeah.
If
maybe Bennington's little half jab at Karlsson after during his tirade as he left the ice.
Yeah.
Maybe that was finally like a little bit of payback for the hand pass call.
Oh, I'm gonna bring
no. No. I mean, I did hate Karlsson's comment after that.
I think Erik Karlsson has a very punchable face.
I just saw a GIF of it online. It just popped in my head.
No, You're right. You're right, man.
No, but
punchable face for sure.
He's got a very punchable face. Like if I'm an angry goalie, which I've been on a few occasions, then I might throw a blocker at him.
If he doesn't have like a sponsorship with Three Musketeers, he should. I mean, come on.
Oh,
seriously.
I'm serious. I am dead serious. He could dress up as a musketeer. He's already got the facial hair for it.
Right.
So.
What was that terrible song, One for All and All for One?
Brian Adams.
Remember that? Ryan Adams and Rod Stewart?
That's all right.
I'll take your word for it.
Nothing but smooth, easy jazz on KLMX.
Gosh,
Erik, can I read your next super message? Because that was cool.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, I want to read it. This is from Josh. He says, I would pay good money to punch EK in the face.
Jeez.
I'm not saying I want to punch him in the face, but he has a very punchable face. Like I have to acknowledge that point.
All I'm gonna say is, I mean, he has a great first name. He can be an extra to take over for Johnny Depp in the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But damn it, bro! And honestly, he came back tonight. I mean, I didn't think he played that horribly.
No, he was fine. I didn't think he was. I thought he was fine. Missed a couple of games, but I didn't think. I mean, defense and saves optional. I mean, it's a perfect game for him.
Right.
But I didn't think there was nothing that I saw in his game where I said, "What the hell is that?" I know someone earlier mentioned that the penalty he took on the 5-on-3, but that was a really weak fucking call. Okay. I mean, it's good. O'Reilly was smart because you just, you wrap your arm around the stick and you're pretty much gonna get that penalty call every time.
Right.
And I think that the refs were probably looking like they're like, okay, we have to call something on the Sharks here because it's getting silly. I can't really be mad at him for that. I think O'Reilly played that perfectly, and you're gonna get that call more often than not if you can get your armor, get the stick under your arm. You're gonna get that call.
which one was more egregious? That one on EK65 or the one on Patty that gave the Blues the game winner on last week?
I don't remember the other one.
There was Marlowe in overtime.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I didn't like either one, but like this one was fine. I know that some people got really angry about it, but I didn't think it was that great of a call. It was O'Reilly's good at that. Drawing that penalty. Like I said, it's an easy penalty to draw because if someone gets their stick in there and you can get that tucked under your arm, you're probably going to get that call. It happens more often than not.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys agree with me or?
I just want to add with Erik. By the way, you have to wear that for a full show.
There you go.
So I don't think you need to wear it right now unless you want to wear it for a show and a half.
Considering, I mean, you've been going. 15 minutes for crying out loud, Ponder. Calm down.
I just, Curt, what's the ruling here? Help me out.
I'm not going to be. This is your. I mean, I like I said, this is a way between you and Erik.
All right.
Don't bring me into this.
No, Curt. Listen, Curt and Ian have to decide. Does this count? Both of you.
No.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you. I knew I liked Ian for a reason.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, just because I'd like to see Erik in the sexy clown jersey a little more, I'll say no then too.
And you have to move your
He's gonna take it off right now.
You have to move the camera down a couple inches too.
There you go.
For the whole show, so you can actually see the logo.
I gotta go through wearing a show. I'm taking this off right now. Okay.
Oh no, you gotta keep it on.
Better yet.
What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing?
Better yet, I could just order that beautiful red retro reverse you guys just love in St. Louis right now.
So real quick, let me just jump in with a let me be a podcaster myself here. Thanks to all the Blues fans who are tuning in right now. We've actually got a lot of our regulars tuning in from Let's Go Blues Radio. So thank you, everybody. It's good to see you all, and I hope you enjoyed the win.
Well, that's great. Just freaking fantastic. Thanks, Ponder. Let's see, Raphael Snit with the super chat donate. We're getting super chat donations aplenty. Thank you. You can also make a donation for the wraparound on Venmo at Teal Town USA. So we appreciate the contributions to the show. They go back to help support this whole fun thing. And with 61 of you watching, appreciate each and every one of you joining us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We would definitely appreciate it. Raphael Snit, I wonder if EK65 even wants to play well at this point. No matter what he does, everyone keeps bashing him. How would you react?
Well, when you have 4 points and you're making 11.5 sheets, like, you're gonna be a magnet for criticism. Unfortunately, I'm not saying that all the criticism of Erik Karlsson is warranted. I think that how do I do this? Like, I don't think like every criticism that gets welled his way. Like, I think there's a lot of stupid things that are said about Erik Karlsson. I think there's a lot of valid things said about Erik Karlsson. But when you take that contract, like, you have to perform, and if you don't perform, then you're gonna be a magnet for criticism. It's hard not to criticize a guy with that few points at that dollar amount. Like, you're gonna get criticism whether it's fair or not. It's the nature of the beast, man.
Yeah. No, when you sign that big contract, you are expected to do big things. And to have now we're 7-9-2. We're a good quarter through this season already.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 points is 4 points.
I want to add that looking at Erik Karlsson on the ice as somebody who's obviously not rooting for the team he's on. He does not, I mean, this is obvious. He doesn't look like the same player, but he doesn't make the right decisions. He's constantly trying to get pucks through. Like, there's an example, Brent Burns' last goal, or the one that went off Couture. He got that puck through because he knows how to get pucks through. he's always doing the right things to me as a bystander. And then I see a guy like Erik Karlsson who is trying to force pucks to the net at all times. I mean, it doesn't matter where he's at on the rink. And that was something he used to be great at. I mean, again, I'm preaching to the choir here with Sharks fans, right. But he was a guy that would get open. He'd find a way to get his way to the net, and he'd make a good play. Right now, it's just he's forcing the puck to the net, and you can see why he's not contributing offensively.
And you know what? He's not alone in that either. Like, and this is where I wonder, like, how much some of this is systems too, because I feel like, Kevin LeBank's another lightning rod for criticism. And I know I've come on this show a million times this year and said, what is he trying? Like, where is that play that he's trying to make? It's not there. And so some of that makes me wonder, if there is an element of systems at play here too. And I don't know the answer, but it makes me ponder,
So I think, is it fair to say, well, with Scandella's 2 goals tonight, was it fair to say, and I haven't seen Karlsson play a lot. I've seen him when the Blues play the Sharks, and in the odd game I'll catch here and there when he does play. But I want Scandella may be having a better season than Karlsson. I mean, he's got
100%.
He's got. I mean, before tonight he had no goals, but so right now he's got 2 goals. Karlsson has none. They played about the same amount of games, 13 and 14 each, I think it is, or maybe 14 apiece, I think. So I mean, and Scandella makes. Let's see what I pulled up here. What does Scandella make?
So real quick while he's looking that up, guys, 15 games now for the Sharks this season. 18 games. What is it? Somewhere in that range, right?
Right.
I've probably seen 8 games, I would say, overall of the Sharks. First period to third period, and I would say Marco Scandella is definitely playing better than Erik Karlsson, and that's saying a lot.
$3.25 million, 3.275. Yeah. So that's what it makes.
Because every time I see Karlsson out there, now not gonna lie, he's still got the ability to get the puck up the ice. He can still make the right play, but I mean, what he's being paid. Well, my God,
Karlsson is going to finish the season with more points than Scandella. Let's
for sure.
be honest. It won't even be close. It won't even be close. But I'm just saying, so far this season, up to this point, that's my Scandella's played quite well. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I get the criticism, and and this whole last he was off on injury, I joke about the Sharks medical groundhog because it was like. Well, I mean, because it doesn't make any sense, right? The timelines were just all over the place depending on what day it was. A couple of days ago he was week to week, and then today he's fine. When you have that kind of messaging and so obviously people are going to draw their own conclusions. Is it him that's saying is the medical team saying that he can go and he's saying he can, or is it vice versa, or doesn't help anything.
All right. Well, we are at 60 people. We only have 29 likes. Come on, people. Let's get those likes up. Chris donated for the reach around, so let's get into it. We will begin with the minor league team who finally played a home game in San Jose today.
Ooh, Barracuda.
That's right. Your San Jose Barracuda opened up at home on the North Rink of Solar for America Ice tonight against the Ontario Reign. And my goodness, it was not you could tell the rust was on early on. They let in 3 goals in about 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go down 3-0 to the Ontario Reign. But then they went crazy with 4 goals in the second period from Handemar Shellman, Blickfeld, and yes, even Curtis Gabriel scored for the Barracuda. Add in 2 empty netters, and the Barracuda win 6-3. Nice game from the Barracuda on that one. A crazy one indeed for that. Going around the league now, my goodness, is just Buffalo cursed? they get shut out 3-0 to the Flyers again. My goodness. I mean, when do we start, thinking the Eichel rumors will begin there?
Jack Eichel straight up for Kevin LeBanc. Watch. Here it comes.
Yeah.
I think Sabres fans are cursed.
Yeah.
I think the Sabres themselves are just the victims of just piss poor management.
Yeah, it's really sad when you have to rebuild your rebuild.
Was it their marketing director? Is there like their GM now or something? I mean, they've had some crazy shit. I mean, worse than the Islanders back when Garth Snow, the backup goalie, became the GM.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, don't. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, but I really want, and I've said this for Sharks fans too, and anybody who has followed us on Let's Go Blues Radio knows that Sharks and Sabres, now that the Blues have won the Cup, I'm rooting Sharks and Sabres every year that the Blues aren't in it. And God, I think it's gonna. I know San Jose, it seems grim, but my God, it's gonna happen before Buffalo.
You know what? I am not rooting for Buffalo only because of the aftermath of all the shit that so many Buffalo fans were throwing the Blues way about how Buffalo won the trade. Oh, it was nonstop, especially when the Blues got off to that bad start, that terrible start.
I remember that because I remember like, what is wrong with Ryan O'Reilly? Like, he is way better than this. And then he seemed like he felt cursed because he was a loser in Buffalo, and then he comes to St. Louis where they're supposed to have this juggernaut, and they tanked the first half of that season. So
the Matt Duchene, right? You every team you go to just sucks.
Yeah. So he was depressed about it. Yeah, right. So I mean, I'm not rooting for. Now, granted, I mean Buffalo fans are tortured fan base, but I mean the one trip to the finals and the whole goal goes in against them, so they lose that way. So
let's not forget Sharks fans too. They have some animosity towards St. Louis, not just for the O'Reilly trade, but they were supposed to get one of the expansion teams in 1967. And St. Louis just edged them out. So that's why they came in, 1970, right, Curt?
With Vancouver.
Yeah. Vancouver, yeah. And Vancouver, too. Vancouver hated the Blues for a long time, too, because of that.
Yeah, Baltimore was, I think, the front runner that was supposed to get. If it wasn't going to be St. Louis, I think it was going to be Baltimore. I know Buffalo was in it and Vancouver was in it, but I'm pretty sure if St. Louis didn't get it, it was supposed to be Baltimore.
And you know what else is amazing is that if Baltimore would have gotten the team, you know what their team name would have been? The Baltimore Puck Guy 14s.
There you go.
All right. Copyright infringement.
Nuts, isn't it?
Can you claim that after the fact? Because that was
I'm just saying. Who does more? I mean, if they hadn't won a cup, I mean, come on.
That's true. That's true. They don't deserve it. Right.
Let's quickly go through the rest of these. Capitals over Devils 5-2. In the Battle of the Kachucks, 6-3 Matthew over the Sens.
Brady.
The Senators are supposed to win the cup in the next 3 years. You heard it, right? I mean, they're
Eugene Melnick. So I think it's 2 years now, right?
2 years now, yeah.
Well,
because they're gonna get 10 new guys and then 10 new guys and then win the cup.
Well, it was
13.
So this is the first year. So in 2 years, right from now, this is the window.
So they're gonna bring back Jonathan Chichu and they're gonna win the cup.
Oh, God.
Not just make the playoffs. He could have said that, right?
Yeah.
Just make the playoffs? Oh, no. It's win the cup.
No pressure.
What? That is not going to happen.
And they had a whole
Chris Tierney with the game-winning goal in overtime of Game 7.
That would happen, and then I would have to delete Twitter.
Assisted by but Ian, it would be assisted by Josh Norris and Tim Stutzla.
Norris, and I'd delete Twitter at that point.
No.
At that, let's just say that's the Stanley Cup final. It's against the Sharks. How bad would that be?
God. Now we're
why are you doing that,
our
Jeff?
Our goaltending.
I'm sorry. We've had Steve Yzerman kick our asses for 10 years.
I know,
you guys deserve to get some shit.
Fair enough.
It was 2014. We call it the reverse sweep. That's enough shit we had already.
John, $5. He's right. It was a fun game for sure.
If
and that's
anything,
why I'm like, I'm not upset about this game. Like, yeah, it sucks to, score 6 and lose a hockey game, but it could have been.
Have you guys talked about the jerseys? Do you guys like the jerseys?
We're gonna get to that once we finish this up. But
all right, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. How dare you?
He does that on our show too.
That's right.
just ignore him.
All right.
Yeah, nobody pays attention.
Predators win 2-1 over the Neon Buggers. Ekholm with both goals in that one. The Leafs win 4-0. Austin Matthews. San Ramon native Austin Matthews didn't play in this one. William Nylander gets another goal. Mitch Marner does something. Yay for them. 4-0 over the Oilers.
Look, I want to ask you guys on that one real quick. Are the Maple Leafs for real, or is this just the fact that they're in the Canadian division?
I don't know, and I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah,
because you think like I'd watch more games like in the Canadian division. I mean, this team is like, I look at this team on paper and it should be better, but it just always finds new and amazing ways to disappoint their fans. I don't know. I'd be really, you know what? I'm gonna say this. My friend, one of my best friends, passed in the fall, who was a Leafs fan like for life. And if they win now, like the year after he passed, I'm gonna be very angry.
You know what? Actually, that's how I felt. Not to get too deep here, but that's how I felt in 2016 when the Blues made to the Western Final against the Sharks. My dad passed in 2015, and he was a lifelong Blues fan. Went to the first game ever, 1967. He was there, just a season ticket holder through and through. And I'm like, they're gonna win the freaking cup the year after he died, and that sucks.
Yeah,
so part of me was kind of happy that the Sharks won that series, because I'm like, okay, well, at least the Blues aren't going to win the cup the year after he's gone.
Yeah, it would just, I mean, not to put like a big damper on everything, but yeah, I'd be pretty bitter.
I don't know how spiritual some people are, some are, some aren't, but you could always look at it like, they're watching. So
yeah, I know, yeah. And I feel like, yeah, if they won, like he's up there, he'd be up there.
Hey, I'm guessing AJ is chirping me on the YouTube chat. Is that AJ?
Yeah, that's AJ.
Yeah.
Wow, Jeff, way to bring the show down, bro. Speaking of bringing things down, the Islanders lost in overtime. 2 goals by Chris Letang, including the game winner 4-3. Despite Joe Pavelski having 4 points in his last 5 games. That's right, he has as many points in his last 5 games as Erik Karlsson has all season. They got shut out by the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-0 on this one. Vasilevsky with the shutout. The Panthers lose in the shootout 4-3 over the Carolina Hurricanes. Reimer with the win in that one. The Red Wings win 5-3. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Ian. They have now won back-to-back games.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention. What are we talking about?
It's all you right now, Erik. It's all you.
Alrighty. Let me look this up. I believe the Red Wings won back-to-back games, which means...
I believe you're right.
How has Ian not been on our show more, Curt? He is way more fun than Erik.
You know what?
Let me know when.
I'm not going to touch... I like both those guys. I'd rather...
You know
both
what?
These guys. Let's have them both on.
I'd say I love Erik. AJ's the one that I have troubles with.
Jeff, you ignorant slut. How dare you? So the Red Wings won 5-3 over the Chicago Blackhawks. The Kings in overtime to... Well, my freaking system just went kaput.
AJ sounds too much like Wolfman Jack for me to be on our show again. He just got that sound,
hey guys, let's talk about the San Jose Sharks.
Right.
Is that a decent AJ?
A little bit. Finally.
Right. There we go. Wild win overtime 4-3. What was that, Ian? I'm sorry.
I said Kings falling back to earth a little bit again.
Hopefully. Matt Dumbo with the overtime goal.
It's not hopefully. Like, this team's like... I hate pumping the Kings tires, man, but that team's going to be dangerous in a few years. And I hate
they will.
have to say that.
They're
going to be dumb.
They got some speed to look out for.
I know people are getting tired of me pumping the Kings tires, but man, like, at least I don't think they're gonna have to rebuild their rebuild.
Breaking Ian is joining Let's Go Blues Radio, and AJ has been canceled by Jeff and Curt.
Fair enough.
Actually,
right.
do we have the power to cancel AJ from your show as well?
No.
We've tried.
Yeah. Avalanche 6, Desert Dogs 2. What else is new? Nathan McKinnon doing his thing. Grubauer with the win. In overtime, Vegas wins over Quackenheim 3-2. William Karlsson with the victory there. Montreal still looking for a win. They lose 2-1 in overtime to the Winnipeg Jets. This is where we say Connor Hellebuck does not Connor Hella suck. So,
the game lately.
Hey, can I answer a question in the chat here?
You certainly can.
Go.
Felix Chow says, question for both Curt and Jeff. In the spirit of heritage, oh my goodness, I'm a Shaquille O'Neal.
Have another beer, Jeff.
Yeah. In the spirit of Heritage Jersey Night for the Sharks, favorite throwbacks of all time, unbiased. Curt, you have a response?
Like ones that have been actually brought back, or just like older jerseys I like?
I'd say ones that have been brought back.
Oh God.
You know what?
The Whalers jersey. The Whalers. I mean,
yes, that's a good one.
I can't. That's iconic.
Yeah.
Or you know what? To be honest, I mean did the Avalanche wear a Nordiques jersey before the retro reverse?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna say if they had, that one would be it for me. But I'll go with the Whale.
You know what? Ian, the big Kings fan that he is, he's gonna appreciate my response. Back in 2003, I think, maybe it was 2002, the Kings, so all the expansion 6 teams had special jerseys. They only wore against each other. Yep. And the Kings played in their old gold jerseys, the gold and purple.
Yeah.
And I loved those throwbacks. Those are my favorites.
I have a soft spot for those as well.
They're beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, like you can't.
Let me ask you guys.
I was just saying. Well, hold on. If we're counting throwbacks, I'm not biased, but I do love the Blues Winter Classics from their original seasons. The original, that's those blue, that color blue, and that style, that note. That's it for me. I'll put that. That's easily top for me. And I don't think I'm being biased. I do genuinely love that look. But I'm sure there's some bias there because it's the Blues, but it's tops for me.
Yeah, those are good ones. What about for the Kings? So this is my thought on the Kings jerseys, and you guys can tell me I'm totally stupid. White and black. White and black. That's their colors now, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like their fans literally see the same colors every single home game, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what's the freaking point? Like, I hate their jerseys now. Go back, get a color in your jersey. I personally hate the Kings jersey. So when they go back to the yellow or the purple or the gold or whatever, I'm all for it.
The Kings' best jerseys are the Gretzky era, black and white.
Those are fun.
Those ones aren't bad.
Those ones are pretty good. And and it's funny that you say that, because the one thing that used to always drive me absolutely batty was when the Sharks would wear black in the playoffs.
And
they'd play the Kings. And I'm like,
thank you.
What are you doing? Like, you're Team Teal. You're not the LA Kings. And it made me so angry. Like the team would just give up their identity in the playoffs and just be like, oh, we're gonna wear black jerseys because they're lighter than the other ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You literally used the promotion in the playoffs, Teal Town USA, for the Sharks. Like, they were trying to get a teal out going. And then next thing you know, Team Teal is wearing black jerseys and giving out orange shirts and rally towels during playoff games. And it's like,
well,
what are you doing? That's like a red Blues jersey. I mean, for crying out loud.
Well, Winnipeg wears the darks at home, and they have whiteouts during the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, but granted, that's from back when they used to wear white at home, which is the way it should be.
Absolutely.
The good old days.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of the jerseys, and we're trying to wrap this up since we've already gone way too long here.
Never long enough.
But I did put out a poll question on Teal Town USA, and it was asking about these heritage jerseys. What would you make them? 58. You had 4 options. You had the primary, to make it a primary, make it your third jersey, bring them back in 5 years, or go away that don't like them. 58% of you said bring them back as a primary home jersey. 32% said third jersey going forward. So it was very popular despite the craziness of this game tonight. And
you know what I would do, honestly? I would use that sweater, but I would put the new logo on the front. Perfect. Mwah. Done. New jersey.
Boom.
That's what I would do if I had my way. Yep. Maybe some people would hate it, but that's what I would do. I would take that teal with the bars and everything and put the new logo on it.
I like that, actually.
Yeah. I would even love to in the gray. Let me see if I can do this right here. The gray in the sleeves. You know how it has that circuitry in the stealth jersey? I would love for that to put in there. And put the new logo in on there. Austin Lynch, before we get out of here, your favorite Blues jersey ever?
Who's he talking to?
Me and
he's
Ian.
talking to
not the one with the like.
Yeah.
No.
Stop.
Oh, look at that diagonal.
No, that's awful.
Eric, you're better than this.
Hey, you understand how bad that sweater is?
Gretzky wore it. Therefore, it's
I don't
special.
care.
Terrible.
It's stupid. It's red.
Terrible.
Like, you put red on your sweater after, like, when you were getting your asses fed to you by the Red Wings, like, playoff series after playoff series, and then you put red on your own jersey? No. F that.
Thank you. God, I love Ian. Ian's my favorite.
There you go.
Hey, Ian, you know where the red came? Do you know where the red came from?
No.
This was in the paper at the time.
Wasn't red in the city flag?
This was after the Florida Panthers came into the league. They had success selling their red jerseys, and the Blues saw this, and they wanted to add red in their jerseys because of the success of the Florida Panthers jerseys. Now, we had red in the jerseys before, but it was very.
Right. You had it's on yours
here. It's just a pinstripe,
like an
real
accent,
thin, which is fine. But they wanted to add a lot of red to kind of play off the red selling Panthers jerseys, which is beyond dumb to me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just dumb. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be so bad now that the Red Wings are gone in the East or whatever, when things are normal. But I just think at the time it was just such a dumb move. It was.
We still have the Blackhawks, right? I mean, even if the
true.
Central comes back and play, the Blackhawks are the Blues. One of the Blues' biggest rivals. I hate those jerseys. They are the devil to me. And do you know what Brett Hall said about them when they debuted the jerseys? Did you guys ever hear that?
Mm-mm.
When they debuted those jerseys and Hall was still on the team, Brett Hall said, "We're the St. Louis Blues. Why do we have red in our jerseys?" And I was like, yes, Brett Hall gets it. Why does nobody else get it?
See, if you replace the red with the original blue, I think that would look really sharp on those jerseys.
Oh, two-tone blue.
The two-tone blue on that style. Yeah.
You're the Blues.
I did a concept jersey with two-tone blue.
Yeah.
And it looked. I liked it.
Yeah.
So
I love how Austin is calling me out. The fact that you like that jersey, you might have just lost a listener. Yet his icon is the same. I'm just saying.
That's great.
He's a very inconsistent poster on our show.
AJ has donated to our show. Sit and Spin, Jeff.
Wow.
But you missed the other one that you got.
It's true. Yeah. And because I was paid and I'm very cheap. I mean, AJ is the worst host, for sure.
Wow.
AJ was going off on Jeff and me. What did I say?
I don't know.
This is all Jeff.
Guilty by association.
I
guess.
Say, you're with
I'm innocent. No. I'm innocent with that. I did. I actually gave. Well, there was the Wolfman Jack thing, but that's a compliment. Come on.
Take it.
All right. Well, in case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube. Please hit the subscribe already. Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn, all of them at tealtownusa.com. Really quick, guys, thank you very much. You can find these gentlemen on Let's Go Blues Radio on the YouTube. When's your next program, gentlemen?
We're probably, I look at the schedule. If the Blues don't have a game on Wednesday, we broadcast on Wednesdays, 9:15-ish p.m. Otherwise, it's probably on Tuesday or the rare occasion, or rare Thursdays. Gotcha. I want to say, if you're Sharks fans, if your favorite podcast obviously should be Teal Town USA, but your second favorite podcast should be Let's Go Blues Radio.
I'll agree. And Curt, I will go ahead and say the Blues play the Ducks on Wednesday at 8:30 our time. So I'm thinking we're gonna have a Tuesday show. That would be 7:15 PST.
Gotcha. AJ saying make sure you watch Technologist tomorrow night. That's at 7 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel where I bury Jeff and Curt.
I don't know what I said. I still don't know what I said. Roll back like the tape. Kong. I don't know what I said.
Anywho,
maybe I did. I don't
know. So you can find Curt at Curt Price. You can find Jeff at Jeff Ponder, and also LGB Radio on the Twitter. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Ian, thank you for joining at the last minute. Appreciate you, bud. No, thank you for balancing these two guys.
Yeah, I figured we had to keep this thing balanced.
Holy crap! Okay.
This is fair. I'm glad. You know what? It was a fun podcast after a fun game, though. I mean, I can't think of a better back-to-back there. So
you guys are the Fox News of Sharks podcast, fair and balanced, right?
Wow, we're tremendous, practically amazing.
I like it.
Yeah. That's it for us. You can find Ian at Ian Blogs Hockey. I'm at Puckeye14 on the Twitter and the Instagram. Pucknologist will be on at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, recapping the entire week that was in Sharks hockey. You will see probably me and Ian on Monday after, who are we playing? Colorado?
Colorado.
Oh God. Oh Lordy. Okay. Monday night after Colorado.
I don't
know if Ponder wants to do that, then we'll just do that. There we go.
I don't know if that one's gonna be as fun, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
So, all right. Now I have all the names out here. All right. So that's it. The conversation continues on the Discord channel right now. I'm going to bed. You have a great night, and until next time, keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real teal. Have a great night, everyone. We will see you Sunday for Pucknologists, Monday for Sharks and Avalanche. Tuesday, you flip to their channel and you can tell Jeff, how much his beer sucks. Have a great night, everyone.